In the Garden with John Pedigo. Once in the hills behind the house on the top, there was a time with a flower named David. David was a daisy. The time of the year had come where the flowers go to mate with the woman flowers, the flower womans. David just grew up old enough to go, but the problem was that David did not have a pollen. Actually, David did have a pollen, but it was blue. The sun rose and set down on the flower town, and it was time for the pollen to go and mate. How will it be that David ends up mating? Will the blue pollen suffice for the flower womans? Pollen went up and down hills, all across the countrysides, all up and down the tunnels under them, through the air, all the way until something went wrong. He ran into a donkey. The donkey said, "You cannot pass unless you are a different color, not blue." The pollen was so sad. How could he get past now? It was over. Luckily, the pollen thought of an idea. He insisted and told the donkey that he was okay, and so that was the donkey was also okay, and that also everything was okay. The donkey realized this and told the pollen that he was sorry and hoped they could still be friends. Pollen said, "Friends are like walls. Sometimes they are in the way, but they are always there." The pollen continued and went up to the hill to the flower womans. The pollen was tired. It had been over 3 minutes since the pollen left Flower Town, and he began to remember his memories. David and the donkey. Wow. Pollen looked up and saw a flower woman with a cute red ribbon on her head. He went up to her and said, "Can I go in you?" She frowned and said, "I am dying, and I am bleeding out of my hole. Help me and find something to fill my hole." The pollen thought about things like sticks and poles, but then realized he was blue. The pollen said, "I am blue, and therefore I have overloads of love, which that I will fill your hole." The pollen went in the flower woman and began to photosynthesize. The mate was complete. Back in Flower Town, all of a sudden David began to be filled with something. It was so magical, and it made him smile. Twice. It was love. Thank you. That is why you give flowers to your girlfriend to mate. This video was made with love and true talent by John Pedigo.